I wasted 3 years on TikTok trying to find fame, trying to find things that will work, posting reels 2 to 3 times a day. And then I went to Instagram and it was just the same thing. So I felt like I was just on a hamster wheel, putting out tons of reels and never getting any type of views. I barely have any followers, and I know a lot of people succeed on there, but I decided about 3 years later to start a YouTube channel. I've been saying it for the last year, and it was very intimidating to me. And finally, 6 months ago, I have another channel that I created. So it is tough. Don't get me wrong. When you hear that it's hard, it is very hard, but it's rewarding as well. In the end, it'll be worth it if you keep on going, keep on pushing through it. So I'm putting this in the reasons why that it is worth it to be on YouTube in the long run, because YouTube, even though your videos are 5 years down the road, 20, whatever it is, you'll still be getting watch time. You'll still be getting monetized for that. With TikTok and Instagram, it disappears. And so you're cycling reels all the time, constantly. And doesn't mean that you don't have to put out YouTube videos, because you still do, but you will still be rewarded for YouTube so far back. So this is something that is worth it to me and something to keep in mind. So, just a little side note that this is a great platform. You want to try to follow people that, and I'm not saying don't watch any big creators that are just millions of subscribers and things like that, but you want to watch people that are semi, have to maybe anywhere from 30 to 50,000 subscribers. I don't know, but just some people that are still growing and talking about their journey and telling you don't give up, not things are going to tell you to make you feel really bad, to make you feel like you're worthless, because you're not. You have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to help others. And I wish that I knew this in the beginning, but it's a learning journey for me. It's what I can share with others, and what I know now, what I didn't then when I started even TikTok and Instagram 3 years ago. So YouTube, like I said, was always intimidating. It was a big, like, I was scared. It was intimidating me. But now that I'm on here, I love it. I love the learning. And I watch so many entrepreneurs and coaches. I hired two of my own coaches, and I don't regret it. I always said that I never would do that, but it's helped me to learn that yes, you want to still have a good amount of subscribers. It doesn't hurt. So I'm not saying not to, but that's not what you want to go for. You don't want to go for the fame, and that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to become famous. That's not going to get, if you want to create a course and you're doing all these different videos, there's people that have so many subscribers and they can't sell anything. Now, this is something that you want to help others if you are going through divorce, or if you're going through relationships and you are proof that this can be done. You can have a healthy relationship, hair growth like I'm doing on my other channel. And there's a sky's the limit to what you can do, and you're helping other people achieve this with their own business, and encouraging them that they can do this. Yes, hard work, very hard work. And I mentioned before in one of my other videos that I was watching one of the coaches I hired. She actually puts people on that have great success in our course. There was someone that had about 4 videos out, only four, and they hit something like 50, or they had 1,500 views within 4 videos. And I'm on my sixth, 7th month now, I believe, on my other channel, and the highest view that I have is about 495. So yes, it can be very discouraging if you're listening. There's things that is great to hire these coaches. You take what the good, and then you just kind of brush off the others, because the other stuff, you're not going to always be like that person. Your channel and your niche is different from that person. So you could take a year or two to grow. Like some of the biggest creators now on YouTube have taken over 2 years sometimes, or longer, to start even seeing any traction. So you can't give up. You can't feel like, oh, I'm going to throw in the towel. And if you really, really thought it through and you really just feel like this isn't for you, then yes, I understand. But I feel like that all the time. Well, not all the time, but periodically I feel like, why am I doing this? Oh my gosh, look at my views. This is ridiculous. No one's even watching my videos. I have two views on some of my videos I put out there. But you just keep going. You just know that those two people that watched, those two people watched. And you just try to encourage yourself, stay positive, keep learning, keep growing. I know I charged this, but I got to make sure it's on. So, yes, I really didn't know that before. I thought that you had to do all these funny things or you had to do all these flashy things on Reels. And now we got short form on YouTube, which I did start off with short form. And it did start to give me a lot of views, about 500 to 700 on each reel, like my first probably couple like week, I think. And then I just kind of steered away from it and I put them all on private because I don't know. I hear good and bad about them, but I also know that the people that are following you for your short form are not the people that are going to want to have what you offer. So, yes, to me, I feel like getting a coach is very beneficial. And if you want to invest in yourself, that's the best thing to do. So, if you are one to just throw money away and you feel like you're a big time shopper, put that aside for a little bit and invest in yourself. Hire an entrepreneur, and it is so worth it. I've learned so much, and it is just amazing how far I've come, even with this YouTube channel. It may not seem like a lot, but I have to remember that I just growing and I'm learning and I'm getting better with things. I mess up, I stumble, but this is something that I'm trying to keep going. I love it. In the end of the day, I love sharing things that I've learned. I love telling others my story about where I came from, which I haven't really talked about it on here, but I didn't know really anything. I have a slight speech impediment, I believe, because I get stuck. I'll be talking and then I literally can't finish my sentence. So that does happen quite often. And I try to work on it, but I think it's just something in my brain. I don't know. But we did not get, uh, like, I mean, there was people that got diagnosed and they were given stuff, but I never was. And so to me, I feel like you can push past it. I've worked on a lot of things. I am getting better the more I talk on camera. And before, I couldn't even do that. So I did not finish college numerous of times because I have well, it's a learning disability, and I don't know, I almost said a problem, but a learning disability. In my life, it became an obstacle because I could not do math, and I tried everything. I tried getting a tutor, and for some reason, it wasn't connecting. I finished everything. I finished all my prereqs. Trying to think of what it was called, prereqs, and I was going to go for nursing at one point. And then I was going to go for radiology, and that just was so discouraging because I kept trying to find things that I can go around, not to have to do math. And so it just really became an obstacle. So I gave up every time. Then I went on to get my esthetician license, which I did pass finally after my fifth try, I believe. It was so many tries that I did. But in the state, you have to uh, I think it's like 79 to pass, but it is so different from the class. And I think it's like that pretty much anywhere. What they teach you in the state board is totally different. But I did pass that. I ended up opening my own business for 2 years. It was for permanent makeup, and I went on to get different certifications, but that just wasn't for me. I felt like the clients that I was helping were more on the side of being very picky. And I went on to charging very little because it was my beginning of what I was doing. It was in the beginning. And so it was just these clients that were expecting more and more for free. And I would touch up, but I told them the second time they have to do a small fee the next time they came back. And so I remember I was mapping out their eyebrows, because you do mapping when you do their eyebrows to fit the shape of their face, the frame. And there was people that were, no, this isn't going to work. This isn't high enough. This isn't. And I said, this is going to heal. And the ink is swelled, your skin is swelled up, and it is going to heal. But they didn't want to listen, and I wasn't experienced enough. Two girls, I did just what they told me. And of course, when it was healing, they said, oh, it's not far enough. And I said, remember that I told you this? And one girl was like, yeah, oh yeah. So I went on to where you put your business on a Groupon, and that was the biggest mistake ever. I'm telling you, I had so many problems with the clients on that. I probably met only a little bit of people that were really like good, but the rest of the people, oh my goodness, I just advise you never to go to Groupon if you are a business and you're trying to have your own business on, like, whether you're an esthetician doing hair. It's just been numerous of problems for me. That's a whole nother thing I'll have to talk about, but just remember that this is hard work. It takes time, it takes patience, and there's days you're going to feel like you don't want to do it anymore. But all in all, the outcome for me doing this is I love it, and I want to share more of what I'm learning. I did not know how to really do any technology. Of course, yes, you could say, oh, you're Gen X, you don't know, but there's people out there that are so great with computers or so great with technology, and they chose to learn it, and I just never wanted to before. Now that it's later in life, I have the passion for it, and I love it, and everything that I'm learning is just a challenge for me. There's days that I think, why am I doing this? Why I can't do this? But then I gotta retrain my brain not to say I can't, because this is what I grew up around, hearing my mother say, I can't do this, I can't do that. My mother never learned to drive because she went to driving school. I know my sisters put her through driving school when I was younger, and she did the driving, she passed it, and then she never drove, and she was always afraid. And so that is something that I've got to retrain my brain to condition it to know that you can do things, not just keep saying I can't and being negative, because then you start to believe it. So I had to really try to fight hard to not say these things and to know that I could do anything I put my mind to. So I've learned a lot of like editing and being on different platforms to do this, and learning different editing styles, and Kajabi I'm on for my storefront. And you have to learn how to create emails for people and doing funnels and eventually leading them to your sale. So this is something I'm working on right now. I have not even created the sale. This is, like I said, from my other channel. And I'm going back and forth because I do love what I'm doing on there, but I feel like I get stuck a lot more and I run out of things to say. So this is something that I'm going to keep practicing, and of course helping people along the way, and learning how to do presentations online and voiceover when you video record yourself or your voice talking about your slides. And this is something that I definitely want to put on here. Last time I made a video, I was stuck on Zoom because I couldn't figure out, I record it and I don't know if I'm doing it right, because when I hit download, I can't find what I recorded anywhere. And I'm on the free version. And I keep seeing that you could do the free version. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to mess with it a little bit more. On the weekends, I don't really do so much with anything because I work so late where I'm at. Just want to tell you to keep on going. Don't put so much focus on just throwing things out there and trying to get a video here, a reel there, or whatever. Just try to focus on what you're passionate about, what you can help people on, and it'll bring you very far. You'll start seeing the success. Definitely watch people that are encouraging and are mentors. Try to put the negative behind, brush it away, just stay positive. I just want to get this out there. I do appreciate you watching my video. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.